Welcome back to the van where I'm trying to find a backpack. Not seeing too many zombies around here either.
I mean, if we kill enough of them, they will eventually die out.
Maybe the rain drives them away.
Or they're all up north where we live and I'm down south. Or they're just not spawning in by the time I drive through an area.
Yep.
I would think that it's a little bit of the last two. Like, more of them are spawned in. I'm sure a game like this has some limitation to how many entities can be running around at a given time.
Probably.
That the game's actually accounting for. That was a big thing. The stasis stuff was a big thing early on in Ark for the first couple of few years. Caused a lot of very interesting problems.
What the fuck is that person wearing? Nothing remarkable, because it was just popping in.
Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Indeed.
Speaking of condition, specifically of the roads, things are not looking good for tomorrow night.
Okay. I'm not surprised.
No, we'll see what the weather system actually does, but it looks bad. I'm honestly kind of tonight as I've read more of it. Partially because they've pushed it back. Now, say it had started tonight around midnight and had already started puttering out tomorrow around noon or so, which was roughly the original forecast.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, by the time we're going to head to the gym, it'll be fine. But no, now they're thinking it might rain until well afternoon and then start switching to snow and snow until midnight.
Yeesh.
And temps dropping from 38 in the morning to negative 2 wind chill by 4 p.m. It's like, yeah, this is a bad recipe for road conditions.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
So
kind of.
a tentative call off, but basically I'll be able to tell you how the roads are when I drive home from work.
Right.
Not looking forward to it. That, or yeah, what I was contemplating is like, man, how much do I need to go into work? Because holy shit.
Pre-program and then not have to be there.
Honestly, honestly, uh, this is something I've thought about a lot of times, but it's even more viable now because I know the systems that we use inside and out, and I have, admittedly, not the best microphones here at home, but I'm fully capable of remoting in both control and in audio. I don't think this is the time to go for it, but I'm now it's on my mind.
Yeah, maybe save that for when it's real bad.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Is going into work ain't gonna be bad. It's gonna be going home that's gonna fucking be potentially precarious. Boss was not thrilled when I gave him that news, and because his first question is usually like, "How we looking for the local high school games?" And I'm like, depending on how this shapes up tomorrow, I could see a lot of them being canceled, which means we wouldn't have a broadcast.
Mm.
And he don't like that because then we don't get to charge the sponsors because we didn't air their commercials.
The show must go on.
Yep. Tell that to the high school bus drivers.
Oh, there's a mailbox. This road must go somewhere.
You know, that's less true than you'd think.
Okay, there's a little house here in the woods. The boat. This feels like it should have guns.
This fishing gear is what I would assume.
Or that. Door's locked. Good sign, maybe.
Has that been like a thing?
I have no idea if it is a thing, but conceptually it should be.
Well, yeah, on paper, sure, but or if the game's accounting for anything like that, yeah.
I don't really think so. I mean, if the apocalypse occurs fast enough, it wouldn't be a thing anyway. What in the fuck is this picture of? That's somebody's legs and a microphone? What is happening?
It's not a microphone. That is that's a back massager.
Ah.
That's why there's legs in the picture. I have no idea. Just that was what went into my head when he described it. It's like, how can I make this a "that's what she said" joke?
Of course. I expect no less.
All right.
Oh, Wolfram 17. 3 separate magazines and some spare 9mm rounds. This guy was prepped.
You know, going back to what you said though, I don't feel like this was in the way the game paints it, this does not feel at all like a fast apocalypse scenario.
Yeah, maybe
This
not.
feels like plenty of people had plenty of time to evacuate or hole up if they thought that was the call, things like that, you know?
Yeah, there are like deliberately boarded windows and stuff, so I guess the real question is, what is the concept behind our characters? Like, where were we hiding out for a while?
I think that's exactly it is. Like, we were some of the folks that holed up and were able to, like, get past the first major waves.
Yeah, that could be it.
Because we've seen military presence and success in our areas and failures, you know, like, I think that's also a tie-in to the part of the game's mechanic of picking your background. It's like, what kind of person were you that you were able to make it through the first month, and now, like, things have calmed down.
I could buy it. That could be the idea. Another lawnmower blade. I'll be damned.
Nice. I don't think it's the intent. But see, one of my big thoughts is and one of my also inherent problems with most zombie media stuff, especially the stuff like Walking Dead, which goes long term, not just is if the zombies are scientific based and not, you know, mystical, supernatural, you know, that kind of thing, they would eventually they're subject to decay. They eventually will reach points of not being capable of locomotion of any sort.
I mean, if they're literally walking corpses, in my mind, they're inherently not scientific. Well, that's why I'm a 28 years later enjoyer. Since they're just
Is that what
essentially
mystical?
rabies.
That...
No,
Oh,
no,
rabies,
I'm saying,
right.
yeah.
They're not corpses, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. they're alive. They're just
Yeah.
their brains are inflamed and pressing against the membranes in their skulls and driving them crazy. I believe that's what rabies essentially is, right?
So, sure, something like that. Yeah. The
Like
important
smoking,
details is the virus make them very angry.
yeah, irrational anger. But there is also another part of that okay, if they're irrationally angry, how are they? Because I feel like 28 years later, 28 days, even 28 weeks works. Or no, 28 weeks doesn't even work anymore. 28 days to think that an entity is surviving on hatred. Sure, but if they're running on hatred, they're not remembering to drink, let
Yeah.
alone
Well,
eat.
that is still part of the plot of Weeks, right? Because in Weeks,
I've never
the
seen
zombies
Weeks.
have died out, but
Okay.
then through shenanigans they discover a carrier, like a
Oh,
non
yep.
yeah, an infected person who's not lost their mind, and then she inadvertently infects a person who's not a carrier and restarts the plague anew.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, because I've read a plot breakdown. Because one of the actors in Weeks is a guy I ended up liking because he's in Stargate
Yep,
Universe.
yep, yep, that guy. I know who. I know. I
Yeah.
don't know his name. I know exactly who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, because he's the fuck up. That's what I read. Is like
Yeah,
when Stargate Universe came out, and like after the 2 seasons we got were done, people were pointing out. I was like, why is it always him?
yeah,
You stupid! You're supposed to be so smart, and you're doing the dumbest fucking. You're doing all the dumb horror, sci-fi, disaster things. Fucking whether it be hubris or who knows fucking what. It's always this guy. I think he's Irish or Scottish or something too. And his name is indicative of that. I can't think of it right now. It's been too long. Also, when he was in Stargate Universe, in retrospect, like wikiing him, I did see like his other big thing in pop culture was of all things fucking the Full Monty, like the '90s version of Magic. Like I have no idea if the movies have any sort of plot. It's just a male stripper movie. So there you go.
that's all you need.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about 28
Well,
years, yeah, and that they kind of elaborate to a little bit more fantastical level of like it's kind of
there
almost
has to be,
mutating
yeah.
people.
Yep.
And that's the only way you could have a franchise long term, anyways.
Well, yeah, following with the gimmick of the escalating timetables,
Yeah.
which is fine as long as they get into and they acknowledge that like this isn't science anymore. Like
Yeah.
I think there's the one not joke but bit from uh Walking Dead I think has that one's supposed to be fully viral, so I call bullshit on like the long term of it. But it's like when hell is full, the dead will roam the earth or whatever.
Yeah, I mean the big thing
That
with like most zombie media is you're not meant to think about the actual mechanics of the apocalypse. It's not about
no, I know,
the threat,
but
it's
some of them
about
try and do
yeah.
that. They try and have their cake and eat it too. Like this is how our zombies are different.
That's why I've always liked the underappreciated angle of nanotech zombies,
Mm,
because then you can explain the danger and
that's
you can explain the durability.
that's the Michael Crichton route.
Yeah. Just be like the nanotech is taking over the bodies and reanimating them. It's dissolving the external tissues that don't matter for locomotion, which is why they look all rotten. But internally, they're still stable and functional, which is why they're still dangerous. And then you can introduce fucking variances like the nanotech takes over more of the body and some shit. Have a zombie with metal claws. You can have a zombie with the metal skull, and you can't fucking brain him anymore. Well, still haven't found myself a backpack.
recipes
Oh damn.
from my little book. I boiled water to get to 40. By boiling
Jesus.
water for till yeah, I'm like level 42 cooking now.
Did you learn them on the bench that's there, or did you just use them from your inventory?
I use the book from my inventory.
Okay, if you use them on the bench, then you get like you can learn higher level things, and I think it gives you more like experience for the skill too.
Oh, if you go to the bench and read it through that?
Yeah, the schematic bench next to the where the recipes are stored now.
That's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing.
The schematic bench.
American
Where is
Legion
it?
Post number 607. Huh.
Schematic table, okay.
I've got Filling Feasts, Eddie Valdo's Excellent Cooking,
That's the
Volume
one
1,
that's the one I read was Eddie
and
Vallo's.
Bakery Sweets Bible.
Hmm.
I can give those to you.
Oh, they're on the table, and yeah, Eddie Vallo's says already read.
Okay.
Walk-in freezer.
I read the Filling Feast, and that still just only gave me 5 recipes.
Well done.
So maybe more XP, but I think like these books are meant to have like a certain that recipes.
Yeah, you're not
So
going to get anything like extra permanently from using it at the bench. It's just extra XP and easier to read a higher tier book. You get a discount on the required skill.
oh, too late.
You should see if there's any 50 recipes or something you can learn on the bench.
Nope. 40 is the highest ones I've found here, and I've read them all now.
Okay, so you've got like every cooking recipe we have basically.
Of ones that we have just sitting here, yes.
Yeah. All right.
I am an accomplished chef. Oh wait, we got secrets of bread. Oh wait. Oh, here we go. Gourmand's Guide. That's a 60.
Nice.
Hot
Yeah, I can't
dog.
read that.
54% bad hot dog. Do you dare me to eat this hot dog still?
No, this isn't Jackass.
Okay, I won't eat the hot dog.
So, but the Gourmand's Guide is reading as a 60. How does the bench help that? Like,
Alright, so if you have it in your inventory, then you use the bench, it should bring it up.
oh, I was reading them out of the bench.
Yep.
Like the schematic bench next to the box that has the magazines in it.
The strong toolbox, yeah.
Yeah, don't read it out of the toolbox. Take it out of the toolbox into your inventory, and then the bench next to the toolbox. There's like an actual schematic bench. Then put it, like, open that up and then see what the thing reads as.
Still says requires level 60 to read.
Okay. Maybe cooking is an exception. Maybe it actually doesn't work. I don't know.
I think it is. I think you just read the book like you would any book. I don't know why they're labeled as schematic necessarily. I guess just because they give you more recipes.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of
Like
the other
schematics
stuff
would.
did work on the schematic bench because I took advantage of it before.
Right. They're probably just not for like cooking.
Yeah, because a cooking recipe is
whatever
not really a
reason.
schematic, so that's a
Yeah,
fair point.
exactly. I mean, yeah.
Shit, we got,
I could learn to make a pool table if I had more
Put in
skill.
Bakery Sweets Bible if you haven't read that one yet.
I think I had something like that, but I'll double check. Yes, I've got that.
Okay.
The ones
Wait.
I don't have now are the 60 and the 80.
Okay. What do you need for a pool table?
I need 70 construction to learn the recipe from an actual pool table in the world. I'm staring at one here in the Legion post.
Oh, bummer.
Also a jukebox, ATM, beer taps. This would be a fun little base.
Well, I have some more water to boil.
Gripping.
That's why I don't stream anymore.
Ah, magazines.
That's why you don't stream currently.
Clean the bathrooms. Okay. Folding table. Arcade cabinet. Work in progress.
Shit. Right.
Like it auto corrects. When I put the water in there, and I'll queue up to boil, say, 25 things of water, then the game will, after it boils one of them at 25, it auto-corrects down to 14 or 13, whatever the actual capable of crafting amount is.
Hmm. Bone mallet. A hefty bone mallet usually used for medical purposes. And a scalpel? I don't think I've seen either of those before.
We've seen a scalpel.
Okay. I'm robbing a vet clinic.
Yeah, we've seen a scalpel.
Animal splint. Medical grade splint for animals, a bit too small for humans, it'll work in a pinch.
I prefer the idea of future pet taming and splinting your animals. So I choose to believe that we're gonna get someday.
Could be.
I know being up here in, like, basically in state, you know, northern New York, we're not gonna get anything really cool or unique for pets, but at least being able to tame one of the wolves would be nice.
Yeah. Dog companion.
I could totally see it going one of two ways. Maybe three, but most likely one of two. Because the third one is just the boring, like, you just tame it, it's just tamed.
Right.
Because the wolves already sound like dogs. But, they could do the Minecraft
What
thing
the
where
fuck?
when you tame it, it just, basically, just all of a sudden it has a collar on it, and that's it, it's the same model.
Itch cream for animals, flea medication, anti-neoplastic medication used to treat mast cell tumors in dogs.
God damn.
That's a surprising amount of effort. Put something like that in the game. Horse dewormer?
Oh.
I'm not gonna get COVID, guys.
Yeah, that one's intentional.
Do we think the horse dewormer will protect me from the zombie virus?
Yes, you
Worth
you
a
inject
shot.
that and bleach. Inject the bleach.
I think we have some bleach.
Well, we definitely do. But then the other thought that I have that I kind of hope is what they do is eventually, like, similar to, like, the wolf skin is just a placeholder. Eventually the game brings in, like, actual feral dogs and at least maybe a couple other skins of large dog breeds like Great Danes and husky and a Shiba Inu. I guess they're not that big, but like a lab. Those things are running around, but they start out they're feral because all the
Right.
humans are all the humans are oddly aggressive to them. So you still have to tame them somehow. But I would like that. Like out in the woods, sure, there are actual wolves, like the skin that's in the game now. But I would love for there to be feral, like fucking straight up Cujo shit going on. Great big Saint Bernard trying to break it or trying to kill you while you're hiding in the car. Scarier than any zombie we've faced. That'd be fucking sweet.
All fun and games till the dog zombie virus happens.
Mm-hmm. But yep, the game where it loses me, or not loses me, that's not true, but where it would totally get its hooks into me, like the opposite, would be they should have set this in rural Florida, and you could have pet gators.
That would be fun. Not that much useful stuff here in this vet clinic. There's some antibiotics and antidepressants. Is it
What are you
dog
talking about?
antidepressants?
You
Uh,
got
y-
the horse, you
Yeah.
got the ivermectin, you're fucking protected against everything.
That was gonna be my second part. Very funny though because of all the gimmick medications.
Well, not gimmick, but ones that have unfortunate connotations given
Yeah.
the real life events, which were perfectly normal animal medications until, Dunkoff.
Till idiocracy fully kicked in.
Yep.
You weren't here for this earlier, but we were. I was telling everybody about the new plaques they put in the White House describing
Oh.
Obama in Biden's terms.
Yep.
Utter insanity.
Yeah. The funny, did you key in on Clinton though? Did you?
The Clinton one wasn't linked on Reddit.
Well, there's a reason, because the Clinton one, it isn't like a full glowing review, but it's surprisingly kind,
Oh,
considering, and it's
because they're both in a
so,
picture together on the island.
basically. Although I still hold to the fact that I don't believe he was smart enough to know he was too public eye to ever go to the island. He had everything all Ubered to him.
Eventually, yeah. Bill was like also just probably a genuine sex fiend who just didn't care where his dick was going. So.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't some
It wasn't about the
somebody with a very
for him.
particular taste. He just wanted to
Yeah.
bang things.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. As Henry Rollins used to say in his spoken word, it's like, that's the thing about him. He's just oily. Everything just slides off him. Like, nothing sticks. How does he keep getting away with it? Because he's oily. That's like a whole bit in old Henry Rollins spoken word. I shouldn't even say old, I'm sure he's kept to it. I'm sure he's doubled down on it these days. He used to do that tour all the time. I mean, hell, I went with Joe to multiple sessions of it in the cities. I should really look to see if Rollins is still going out and doing that, because I'm sure he's got some great material these days. Or maybe he's cut down, maybe he stopped doing it because has done the more podcast radio showy type stuff for a while. That's probably a lot easier. He's getting up there in age. You hear him and Tony Hawk are opening a retirement home for punks and skaters? Dead serious.
This is news to me, but
Yep.
I am neither technically a punk nor a skater.
Yep. There's only so far. It's just the one. It's not done yet. But it's being created, being built out in some place in SoCal. But the whole idea is like it's actually earnest, and it's pointing out that not like it's, you know, Tony Hawk and Rollins, basically it's like them building their own dream retirement home where they'll probably want to end up themselves. Of why would we want to go to some place that's going to have like shuffleboard and shit like that, and, you know, beige and sepia tones on all the walls, and, you
Right.
know, art of potted plants and shit. No, they're gonna want to go to one that's playing the Dead Kennedys, and, you know, fucking rocking. They want the speakers not playing music. They want playing Holiday in Cambodia, like actually stuff that they would enjoy.
Makes sense to me.
Yep. So I mean, it's because it's gonna be otherwise just a normal, the same all basic ideas, just the aesthetics are built around that kind of thing. And also the idea is to have, not that I think this will stay true in all instances of wherever they, because I'm sure they want to have more than just the one, but they'll be in more populous centers, of course. But to have some people on the medical staff that are more familiar, especially with, you know, retired professional skateboarders and stuff that actually know skateboarding injuries and frequent things like that that would ail them. It's not like you're not gonna see your normal aged injuries, like if, you know,
Yeah.
Chad Muska and Rune Gilfberg and stuff like that.
Different stuff for different blokes.
Right. Because I imagine you don't hear about it, but I wouldn't be at all surprised to find out that there were like retirement homes specializing in former professional athletes. You know, so the ones that are, you know, actively dealing with CTE and shit like that.
Right. If they make it to a
Okay.
retirement home
Right. Well, that's, yeah.
at
But it's still,
45.
yeah. Well, but yeah, that it all depends. Wouldn't surprise me if there was some of that going on out there, but maybe not. Maybe no one's cashed in on that.
Or they're all rich enough to have their own stay-at-home nurse or whatever.
I mean, that's not true in most cases with most retired athletes. Is many of them don't manage their money to be carried by their professional career, because, you know, most of them aren't making Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady money or Michael Jordan shit. They're in the industry, they're in the pro level for a couple of years and then they're out, you know, at best. That's the vast majority of people who enter professional sports.
Right.
And they're not making buku bucks, but some of them still try and live like they are. Like that's a common thing you see thrown out there by a lot of retired athletes that aren't the big names. Is they didn't nest egg because they get caught up in the limelight. Some of them do, but it seems like far too many do not. Which comes kind of unsurprising considering so many of them, you know, have gone an entire life and livelihood being doted on and being, you know, everyone considering them so exceptional and all that shit, you know.
Yeah, the average person is just kind of bad with money, so.
Yeah, guilty as charged. Like I've not in any level of debt or anything like that, but I certainly don't have much. I'm still check to check. So it's like, yeah, you know, could knuckle down, but the way of life, I don't see much reason to.
Yeah.
It's like something truly exceptional would have to happen, not just like a 2008 market crash. Like it'd have to be even more significant than that for someone in my position to be like, I'm gonna buy a home. know, maybe that is just me. What about you, Eric? If the market crashes in the next 3 years, are you gonna be in position to buy a house?
Probably not.
Jesse's the likeliest of any of us.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
Oh yeah, there you go. So despite the fact that Jesse actually plays markets and stuff, and things like that,
I made like $200 in like 5 years.
yeah.
That's,
But I mean, you're still, like, you keep tabs on that, and like, you're actually paying attention to it. I sure as fuck ain't. And I have to read that stuff pretty much every day, and I still don't pay enough attention to make any sense of it.
I'm trying to, but if the AI bubble pops, I don't know really if that's worth like trying to do something about.
if we get a
As far as,
nice,
like,
good,
stocks.
good crash, I will be investing
Nice good crash.
thousands of dollars into the stock market. I am actively waiting for it.
Oh, when it bottoms out for the
Yeah,
eventual
yeah.
climb back up, yeah. I mean, if it's cheap enough, there's no reason not to. It's just a matter of trying to predict what systems climb back up.
Right.
What bounced back. Because you don't need anything to do gangbusters, and you don't have to bet on things that are major what-ifs. No, you just take what was saved after the dot-com burst and the housing crisis.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You take things that are safe but have taken collateral damage. That's why I've also been waiting for another fucking plague like COVID so that I can invest in airlines.
Oh, and those, yeah, that's a good point. That's one that'll definitely tank, but it has to come back up,
Yeah.
provided societal collapse isn't itself imminent.
And if societal collapse is imminent, then it doesn't matter where your money goes at all anyway. It's like perfect.
Right. That's when you gotta have silver. Or some sort of
Glancy.
precious metal.
Okay, my grandpa. I don't
Gotta
trust
have
the
war
financial market. I'm
bonds.
investing in silver as if it's going to be worth anything when the financial market collapses and we're eating each other in the streets. Better off investing in toilet paper and cigarettes.
No, I think from what I understand from the people that I've talked to that do believe into that very, very heavily, is the idea, no, silver isn't going to be great until, like, things starts reestablishing.
Yeah.
Like, so 5 to 10 years out. When
5 to
there's a
10
true
years.
barter system
Sure.
returns.
It's,
I mean, in 5 to 10 years, okay, 10 to 15, I don't know, I'm naively hopeful that...
Yeah, I just think
Trump gets out of office.
I think we're too far removed from like surviving on a subsistence level day to day. Like too many people have grown too accustomed to, civilization and society. I think it's pure fucking chaos when shit hits the fan this time. I don't think people have it in them to like buckle down and survive a depression.
I mean,
I think people do. It's just it's not really clear what a depression means necessarily. That's
in
the
this
scary
era,
part.
yeah. That is very true, yeah, because, I mean, we're also very due for a dust bowl.
Yeah.
Like, full on. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we're having, from one side, for us specifically, especially, the Canadian wildfires absolutely fucking our air quality throughout all of the northern Midwest. And then we had actual dust storm, so basically precursor dust bowl shit of dust storms down south getting swept up into atmospheric currents and being carried all the way up here too to fuck our air quality at least once in the last, like, I think this last year, last 2 years, that happened once. And people were like holy shitting over that too. It's like, yeah, wait till that's, every other day. Gonna be real fun. But it's okay. It's not like we drained our aquifers or anything like that. What could be the harm? So yeah, but all that being said, I do think us around here, granted none of us are actual farmers, but we know, I don't know, maybe it's because I know enough people that can do that, that are capable, have the know-how, and I have some level of outdoorsman. Like I could grow some basic stuff, because I helped my grandfather with farming, or not farming, like gardening a bit,
Right.
quite a bit when I was younger.
You want me to bring you
So
a
I know,
mail truck, Garrett?
that'd be hilarious. I mean, I'm not saying,
Found the post
but no,
office.
nice. So, but my big boon is fishing, hunting, stuff like that. I can do that. I know some trapping basics enough that, you know, especially because that'd be the funny thing, is the early on, before things like go back to like feral, there are going to be some creatures that are already so used to humans, they're going to be so easy to trap and capture and shit like that.
True.
But that's not going to last forever because their generations move on faster than ours. So it
Oh
won't
yeah,
take
they'll
long
get
before
fucking
animals.
destroyed by everybody starving out.
Yeah. Well, again, that's the cities, that's the metropolis problem. Us being out in comparatively rural United States gives us a big leg up.
Yeah.
Like, there will be people that try to escape it and sprawl out and things like that, yeah, sure. But that's where what you're talking about comes into play. Some of the ones that just scatter out of fear and panic, still pretty fucked. But the ones that are like, oh yeah, I go weekend camping and, you know, I know some basic survival skills, those ones will probably be alright, for the most part. But, yeah, it's, the rural
We're still
lifestyle
busted.
will give us...
What, did you die?
Yeah.
And you fell from the sky
Oh.
again?
Damn, that sucks to hear.
Maybe we should, like, destroy the mattress and make a new one or something. At this point, it starts to feel like it just,
Do not destroy it, just make a new mattress.
maybe.
Grab another bed from another place.
It wasn't at night. It seemed to always die at night.
Oh, over 60 and cooking now. Boil water like nobody's business. But no, what's really going to be the problem, and this is where I'd be counting on people we know, is our biggest issue is going to be surviving winters with no modern stuff. Like food storage, that kind of thing.
Well, one of the upsides of winter is it does provide a method of food storage.
For some foods, yes, like
Yeah.
for, you know, hanging meats out in a shed kind of thing. That doesn't cover all of them. What I don't know how to do inherently, I know, like, again, rudimentary, like canning and preserving vegetables, pickling and stuff like that, but I don't know the ratios, and I don't know where the fuck you would get vinegar.
White mail truck or green mail truck?
White's classic, but I love my green, so I'd go with that.
Alright.
But yeah, it'd be good to have someone that knew how to actually can and preserve vegetables. Because it's not like it'd be...
I'll invite my
Hard.
mom.
There you go. But it's not like it's going to be hard to find, like, for basically our lifetimes, to find mason jars and shit like that.
Yeah. Alright, transferring my shit.
But then this is also assuming that we'd be able to grow anything.
Oh shit.
Ideally, around here, we'd probably, especially just growing for yourself or a small family, doable. It's not like we need the giant farmlands that currently are dotting the landscape around here, these parts, most all of the North Midwest. It just sucks that a lot of those places they only work for growing because of the chemicals that are poured into them.
Right.
Like, some of them use natural manure fertilizers and stuff like that, but they spray so much shit on those fields, especially as herbicides and pesticides and shit. It's kind of unreal. So there's kind of a fun question also on top of that, especially speaking towards my specialties is it would be seeing how much the ecology could stabilize. I know there's been some back in the day before Discovery took complete shitter. There was like a series basically just called After Humans or some. I don't know what it's called, but that's what the concept was. Is how would things
Life
shake
After
out?
Man or something like. There might have been like a few of them. There might have been like some knockoff shit for that.
Could have been, yeah. But those ones were all, I remember at least the first episode, like the premise was like, what if we were just gone? Like Thanos snap 100%
Yeah.
gone. It wasn't how things would go as we slowly deteriorated as a species, which is a whole different debate. But it was still cool because I remember one of the big takeaways there is domesticated dogs are one of the first things that just go. They're fucking goners. They do not have any survival skills. Like, some would go feral, but they wouldn't breed and populate and continue on. Alternatively, domesticated cats, fucking aces. They're fine, no problems whatsoever. They make it a long time as a species without us. But I know the actual, so that was just something I remember, like, I think from the trailers, essentially. There's so much more to it. Yeah, it's like I look around even my house here, and it's long since taken out. We had a proper fireplace when I was a kid. That's long gone now. But there's still the chimney stack here. And I do wonder, like, how hard it would... It probably wouldn't be very hard at all to turn this back into, because all the heating ductwork is all around it here. And yeah, some of it does tie it in. Hell, oh yeah, like the water heater right here has stuff going through it even. It's funny because I remember as when I was a little kid, we had a bird fall. A couple of times, birds would fall down it. Would sit up on the top of the chimney, and the fumes would make them dizzy and woozy, and they'd fall down the stack all the way to the basement here.
What
Yeah.
dumbasses.
Right. But yeah, that'd be an interesting question, is how hard would it be to recombobulate that into being a working chimney place again?
Depending on the nature of collapse, you also might be able to just shop around for a new house that already has that stuff.
Yeah.
That's a suspicious area. I should check that out. Start heading home here too.
Something's getting real low.
My new truck. I don't know if it's technically a mail truck as much as it is a generic delivery van, but
Right.
it came from the post office, so it's a mail truck to me.
Yeah. You don't know its gender.
True.
I
All trucks
will
are
say
boys.
Yep. Because they got nuts. Haha.
Heyo.
But they also have a transmission.
Part of that's just like the trans agenda. Okay, shit joke.
I feel like I've seen a joke about that, roughly that like uh alarmist uh redneck, alarmist homophobic redneck. It's like it's like it's like then I found out there's a transmission in my truck and I tore that shit right out of there. I ain't gonna be pushing the woke agenda on my vehicle. But now my truck don't run it. I don't know what happened.
1903.
What was then?
Rifle.
Oh, gotcha.
The scope rifle.
Yeah. We probably got 3 or 4 of those floating around.
Now see, that's a good point. There's something I never bothered to do any stocking up on even after the pandemic and quarantine finally calmed its shit was I don't have a lot of ammo. I certainly have enough to kill a fair few deer. Like I could harvest enough animals for a while, but there is a few bows in the house. I don't remember what condition all the arrows are though. No, I can't use the fucking crossbow because it's too old of a model. He actually had an apparatus to fucking point. It wasn't just like I know some of them they have a little bar on them where you plant your foot on it
Right.
to pull them up. But no, this one is like there's a full cranking device needed to pull this fucking string back.
Some medieval shit.
Yeah, it's hard fucking core. I have absolutely no shortage of fishing gear. That would not be anything problem. But yeah, in terms of like actually going out and hunting deer or other small game potentially, I actually think just off the top of my head I'm aware of where more 22 ammo is around the house than I am like my 30, 243, 30-06, that ammo. It's one of those things, like, if you're doing it right, and this was my grandpa's policy and what he imbued in me pretty heavily, is you only need one shot. It should only ever take one shot. If you need more than one shot, that deer ain't down, and you ain't getting it.
Swimming pool. I don't think I've seen a swimming pool before. Like in a yard.
What'd I tell you about stagnant water, motherfucker?
Leaky pool. It's empty.
Oh, good. Then you're fine. Be sure to jump down there and rescue any poor animals that got trapped.
Yeah, I looked inside of it. There's nothing there.
Yeah. I don't think the game is going to implement a system like that.
Somebody's
but it has
been
been depressing.
here.
Fry.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Always the answer. But no, it's the algorithm has caught on to that. Then I'll bite on that of people exploring abandoned areas and finding pools that have like a few snakes, a couple rabbits, a fuckload of frogs, all just trapped in an old abandoned, almost empty pool.
What is this place?
It's like before they leave, they'll throw up a big long 2x4. The thing about animals, and this I do know from keeping various pets when I was growing up, most of them are too stupid to ever find like a ramp that's out in the middle. They just idiotically and like just because they can't, they just go to the edges and keep going to the edge and follow the edge around and around and around because they don't have that spatial awareness of realizing that they're just going around and around. It is possible for them to find climbing things in the middle and ramps and whatnot, as long as they're not stressed out, but a lot of times it can take a very, very long time, and they might be, dead before that happens.
Can't quite put together the cause and effect of how a ramp works.
Yeah. Well, they just never find it because they get stuck in that loop.
Right.
It's not that they don't know how the ramp works. Like if they could Stop
Why?
following the circle.
Why do I get cut every time I walk through this door?
One of our doors?
No, it's a it is a broken. The window is broken. No, it's just in a building.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those like school doors with like the narrow window. Doesn't feel like that should be cutting me when I'm walking through the open doorway.
Right, walking past it, not not. I completely agree, but it's neat that that's a game mechanic at all.
Yeah.
There is a lot of little things that this duo thought of.
I mean, some things do come from Zomboid. Like the broken glass thing is in Zomboid.
Oh, okay.
That's just a direct copy of the mechanic, but it's a good mechanic, so they at least know,
Yeah.
you know, well what to keep.
So I have I am definitely starting to feel not diminishing returns, but they have, as I've gotten on these really high levels, some damn near 70 cooking now.
Mm-hmm.
The XP requirement definitely has had to have raised, because it's taking longer and longer to get levels.
Not surprising.
That's as it should be, you know.
Yeah. This is like an abandoned school. Like, abandoned in the sense of like pre-apocalypse. Like they shut it down or something. Because there's like empty rooms and stuff.
Oh my. One of the cooking perks is refined cannibal.
Oh.
The negative effects of consuming cooked human flesh are reduced by 25%.
Nice.
Fair, I guess.
Are we going to be expecting?
I'm gonna come home and find you cooking Eric.
Gotta catch him first.
You're joking, right?
Insert
You're
the
joking,
insert the meme here.
Yeah.
But we do have a lazy chef. I can get raw ingredients such as sugar and flour are 25% more effective at reducing hunger.
Just eating sugar. I need sugar.
Fucking you up the what's this called? Jesus, can't think right now.
Can I survive vain eating only sugar?
Can you?
Only one way to find out. Watch this 2.5-hour video.
Right. The kombucha mushroom people sitting around all day.
Wait, why is the sink so high off the ground? What the fuck? The sink is at shoulder height. That's crazy.
Fellows.
Wait, I think the whole sink is like... Yeah, the sink is like scaled up wrong. It's a giant sink too. Fun. Yeah, this one's also giant and scaled up wrong. Cool. Not like comically giant, but definitely oversized. Ooh, I found the gymnasium. Come on, knee pads. It's locked. One's gonna have it. It's this one. Nothing. Energy. Oh no, knee pads. Shit, I can read. Energy drinks. Alright, I got a set of knee pads for somebody. Who needs them more?
Nah, I'm good. You don't need knee pads to boil water. Save it for the explorers.
Where the fuck did I park the truck? There it is. Still haven't found the actual goal of this entire trip, which is disappointing. Oh, cool. I don't have to exit the back of the van to get in the driver's seat. It's connected. I can just walk up to the driver's seat inside the van and start driving away. It's great.
Alright, Jesse, here's one for you. What the hell is... Who or what is the mysterious stranger?
Oh, from Fallout?
Yeah.
Nobody knows. It's mysterious.
Well, what do they do, though?
It is a perk you can take where occasionally a mysterious stranger will show up and help you in combat.
Okay.
And then occasionally they make actual references to it as a character, kind of throwaway lines here and there in the games. So it's not just a random throwaway like perk. It's got its own little kind of almost joke lore behind it in a way.
Yeah. Are they thinking about putting it in the series?
I would assume maybe he's got a card or something.
Yeah, maybe. Some kind of reference.
I don't know if they'd throw it in the show. That's maybe a little too random.
Maybe not as a character, but like some kind of reference to it.
Throwaway moment. Some mysterious person just saves him from something and fucks off.
Well, like
Who was that mysterious stranger? Look at the camera.
a gun in this show or something.
Yeah.
It's true. 'Cause I think that's a thing in the game too. You can get the mysterious stranger's gun.
Yeah, Mysterious Magnum. I don't remember how you get that in New Vegas, but it is in there. I think it's on a drifter guy. Like he's just a random like drifter playing a guitar you can talk to.
Yeah.
And if you happen to kill him, it just turns out he's got that unique gun. So I think it's again another bit of kind of almost joke lore of like he's got some sort of connection to the mysterious stranger.
Right, yeah.
I did watch the first episode of the new season. Of course, everybody in the Fallout subreddits are arguing about why the dinosaur is backwards.
Of course. That's the most important thing.
Pretty dope to see him in the show, though. Who cares what direction he's facing? That's my take.
Right?
Novak is
care, and
iconic.
you should care too.
I'm not a real fan because I don't get hung up on arbitrary details of a video game that's based on real locations but scaled down and deliberately missing things to make it fit, and therefore is not a one-to-one recreation of the world, and is therefore an abstraction like and therefore can have different details. I don't know why this isn't a more prevalent opinion in fandoms.
I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people tend to not give a shit.
I mean, people give a shit, but in the way of like, how dare you change anything? And it's just like,
yeah. Fair.
all representations of a game world are fictional. The truth lies somewhere between all ways it's been presented.
Mm-hmm.
Put a new spawn point in this random house in the middle of nowhere. Just in case I do die. On the road again. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna get back to base and probably end stream and just sort out items a little bit before I log off for the night.
Good.
So another super fascinating thing in the world of boiling water.
Yes.
The large kettle has exactly the 35.195 fluid ounces is enough to boil whatever 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
Exactly. And you empty it, fill it, empty it, fill it. You can do that freely. However, so it's clearly meant to do that. But if you take the big plastic bucket and presumably other storage containers that they don't intend for you to boil over and over and over again, because it's a plastic bucket, it leaves like a 1 point something miscellaneous ounces in the container. And with that in there, despite the fact that you've just taken that plastic bucket and boiled it, it would not put the boiled water from the resultant fluids area into the plastic bucket that already had a little fluid in it. So I had to empty the 1 point whatever ounces in the bucket out of it, and then pick up the resultant fluids, and then I could cycle the system over and over and over again, as I've been doing. But that, despite the fact that that was the amount of fluid that went in, it couldn't take the exact amount of same fluid out. Very odd little coding miscellaneous thing.
Yeah, some sort of weird rounding error between the recipe requirements and the container or something, or some other weird hiccup. Oops.
That's funny, because in real life, that would be the opposite. You would just keep losing fluid ounces every time you boil, because some of that is, you know, vapored. Doesn't come back in.
What
The
are
game
you?
is like, nope, you had the precise exact amount in there, and you cannot... That, like you said, the rounding error screws it up, that just tiny bit. You cannot possibly put that amount of boiled water into this bucket that you have 1.35 ounces in already. It would overflow the bucket. It's like an even dumber version of the Mitch Hedberg joke of like, 2-in-1 is a bullshit concept. You got 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It'd be all, the bottle would be overflowing, be all sticky. Can't fit 2 into 1.
Did that sign stop me?
Concrete in the base.
Maybe. Is that? Oh, that is just straight up a skeleton now.
Wait, skeletons running around?
No, I mean like a
Oh.
corpse has decayed to the point that it is just a skeleton.
Damn. You think that's a natural spawned one, or like one that we didn't destroy?
I'm guessing it's just a body that's decayed that much. There's one of Brady's cars propped up on a light pole right next to it, so. Oh yeah, here's another skeleton in the road. Yeah, the bodies are just old enough that they've decayed that much. That's
Okay.
pretty cool.
That is also, I agree. That is very cool. So it's not just the increasing smell as the bodies rot. They actually that's, I like that. Wonder if maybe it gets it easier to get bones off of them.
Yeah, I wonder. Now I kind of just want to let bodies accumulate around the base and decay, so there's a field of skeletons.
No.
I mean, we're already kind of doing that. There's a lot of corpses outside. It's very
This is
corpsey
what
out
happens
here.
when I miss a session. Jesus. Somebody else is being base mom.
All right, mail truck is back.
Really just Jesse.
Oh, you're destroying when you can.
Yeah, I would say so.
I am not largely responsible for the large
Look
amount
how
of
self-righteous he
corpses.
gets at,
This-
at a accurate accusation.
Oh, I know. He's a motherfucker. We knew this. Mr. No accountability.
Oh yeah, this is exactly the same kind of truck, this blue van we have here. Well, I brought a green one back at least.
Good.
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to green one.
We're gonna have a shit ton of trucks in the front.
I mean, it's not a bad idea to have high capacity hauling vehicles.
I mean, potentially we could use those as like, gate blockers or something.
You can go inside of these vans too, which is probably has some sort of niche application. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. For like bakery vans or like mail vans, I think that's how you access the storage.
Yeah, you got to get in the back and then check the shelves.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that'll be it for this episode. Till next time.